Let's try another one. An eyewitness to a crime said that the license plate of the getaway car began with the four letters U, V, E, and A, but he couldn't remember what order. Somehow or other he knew that there were those four letters involved, he just couldn't remember the order. The rest of the plate had numbers 8, 3, and 7, but again, for some strange reason, he could not remember the order, knowing there were the three numbers 8, 3, 7, but not the order. Our question is, how many license plates fit the eyewitness description? This is a standard problem with the fundamental counting principle, and the tree diagram would be very large. So once again, we're going to go to the fundamental counting principle. It tells us if we can break the task down into a series of subtasks and count the number of ways those subtasks can be done, then we just simply multiply those counts together to get the total number of ways the entire task can be done. And this is pretty easy to set up. We're going to be choosing from four letters and followed by three numbers. So the fundamental counting principle will have a slot for number of ways to choose the first letter and the second letter and the third letter and the fourth letter, and a slot for a number of ways to choose the first number, the second number, and the third number. And if we can count all of those, then we just multiply to get the total. Well, that's easy enough. We know that the letters were either U, V, E, or A, so that's four possibilities. There are only three left for the second letter, though, because he seems to know that all four letters were used, which means you couldn't reuse one because you wouldn't be able to get all four in if you reused one. And then the third letter, if you've already used the first two, there are only two left for the last two, and if you use the first three, there's only one left to choose for the last one. So you know the letters U, V, E, and A are in there, so that means they can't be repeated, and since you can't repeat them, they count down by one each time. Then you look at the numbers. There are three numbers, 8, 3, and 7, so there are three ways to choose the first number, but since all of them appear and you only have three slots, you can't reuse one, so that means there are only two ways to choose the second number and one way to choose the third number. So the total number of license plates that fit the eyewitness description is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 times 3 times 2 times 1. And that comes out to be 144. So there are 144 different license plates that fit the eyewitness description.